Right. So to do these things, I'm going to take a new notepad. We know now why we are using a notepad to do the codings, right? We can save this HTML file uh, uh, with the HTML extension by using any text editor, right? So I'm going to save this on my desktop, right? As test.html. And it's better I collect all files over here. So it will save as test.html, and I'm going to save it. All right, so usually we need this HTML tags to define our HTML document. So we need the body tag to deal with the body tag, right? And I'm going to have the head tag. And inside the head tag, I'm going to take a title. And I'm going to give the title as grade 11 practicals. Right, so that's the head section. Now in the body section, I'm going to show you how to insert an image, right? So first of all, to insert an image, we are using a tag called img. And as BR tag, img is a single tag which does not have a starting tag and an ending tag. It's just a single tag, right? And inside the img tag, it is must to use this attribute called src. Now src stands for source, to indicate source, right? So here we are going to tell which image that we are going to use onto our web page, right? Now since I don't have any images on my desktop, I'm going to take one of those images from the place I have saved, right? So yeah, let me take this tree. And it is a PNG, the extension. And there is another image called trees over here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to rename it like forest, just to give the different names, right? And as you can see, now the image tree has the extension called PNG. Now extension means the type of the file, right? So any file name has these two things, which is the file name, which is highlighted over here. And then after a dot, the extension, that's the file type. Now, when you are going to give the file name or like the source in the HTML source code, right? That means inside the img tag with as the value of the src attribute. So to src attribute, I should give the name of the file and the extension of the file. img src tree, img is the tag name, src is the attribute name, and the tree.png is the value for the src, right? So I'm going to save this, right? And then I'm going to execute this. Execute means like render this. So this is my HTML file which I have saved on the desktop, right? So it is open in the notepad. Now I'm going to open it on the web browser, right? So as you can see, like if I have this, even if I have this full screen, you can see this scroll bar is there, right? So it is because this tree in its original size, it is appeared on its browser, right? So if I want to make this picture a smaller one, I can use the attributes called width, and there's another attribute called height, right? For width, I can give some value, right, which is going to take as the pixel values, and for height, I'm going to give a value. So it's going to take this dimension now, 200, 300 I have given. So I'm saving this. I'm going to refresh this. Yeah, now you can see what has happened. Earlier it was all over the web browser. Now it is being, it has made smaller, right? And by changing these values, right, you can change the appearance of the tree, right? උසට පල්ලට ගැලපෙන විදිහට you can make it, right? And again, if you want to change the place where the tree is situated, like if you want to make it center, then you can use the center tag, right? And as well as, remember, now if you make a mistake on the file name, or like any mistake regarding the img tag, you are not going to see your image on the browser. So as a mistake, I am making this tree, the first T, as a capital one, right? So I'm saving it. I'll show you how the desktop works, how the desktop image is there. So it is start with simple T, right? So now if I save this and if I refresh it, oh, hold on. Oh, Hyperlink case sensitivity. Let me see. Let me do another change and do the changes. Yeah, I think they have taken away the case sensitivity from here. Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, I have to cross-check it with your book. Make an HTML5 the APO update එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් case sensitivity support කරන එක. Hold on. Yes, and it is not saying anything clearly regarding the case sensitivity. I'll go through that and tell it to you. But definitely, if you miss anything, or like if you like for tree, if you made tw.png, it's not going to show you the particular picture because there is nothing called t.png on your desktop, right? And as well as if you like assume by mistake you have mentioned this as JPG, so the extension is different, right? Again, it's not going to show you the thing, right? So remember, if your name of the image is incorrect and the extension of the image is incorrect in any of the case, you can't see the image on your web browser, right? And when we are using like let's say different amounts of images, like let's say 20 to 30 images, and in case if something like this happens, we should have the idea what kind of a picture that I have assigned to this particular place. Otherwise, like එක පින්තූරයක් තියෙනකොට නම් පින්තූරේ ගැටලුවක් කියලා හොයාගන්න එක lazy. But when there are a huge amount of pictures, it won't be, it will not be very easy to find what is the picture that has the problem. On that case, we can take the help of the alter tag. Now, alter tag, ALT tag indicates a particular alternative text if the image is not going to load onto the browser, right? So as an alter text, I can say tree over here, right? If I put it as a tree. So if my tree.jpg is not loaded onto the computer, that particular place is going to show a tree as an alternative text. Let's check this. I'm refreshing this. Now it doesn't have anything, so I'm refreshing it. Yeah, can you see that? Here now they are indicating something called a tree. Right, so that is how a particular image is going to be inserted into your computer, and how to manage that particular image, right? Okay, let's see what else that your book has discussed regarding the image. If the image is in a different location, we should call that particular image, right? And yeah, we talk about the source src, alternative text, ALT, width and height, and border and alignment is given. Now alignment, they have used it like left, right, top, bottom, and middle, right? We'll see what these things are doing, right? And they have used the border, so you can give any integer value, right, which is larger than 0, right? That means if you don't want a border, then they are taking it as the a 0th position. So 0 to onwards, it's going to be a border, right? So let's try it out quickly. So I have used alter text, and then you are going to use the border. And if I say 1, still it is not going to work because the extension I have changed, so it should be PNG. Right, so if I say border equal 1, so I'm saving it and I'm refreshing this. Yeah, now you can see there is a very thin line around this. Earlier it didn't, right? Now, if I say border equals 0, and I have to save that and then refresh this, so border is not going to show, right? And if you increase the value, let's say 2, right? So see what's happening. Yes, so the border is getting thicker and thicker, right? And we can choose the align, the align or the alignment, the align. So if I say align equals top, right? So align equal top, let's see how it's going to happen. So I have saved the document and I'm going to retrieve. Right, so yeah, it is at the top for the moment, and let's say right. Yeah, so it goes to the right side, so it aligns right side. Right, so likewise, you can place a particular image with use of these particular resources. Right, so you have the element called img, and you have the attributes called src, width, height, alt, border, and a particular alignment. Right, so is that clear, everyone? Right, what about others? Right, now I'm going to show you how to insert a particular list. So there are two types of lists that we can imagine, like generally using, right? So those are called unordered list and the ordered list, right? So the unordered list is presenting with a bullet, right? Like we talk about in the in a Word document software, right? So in that case we call them the bullets. Now in this case, in HTML, we call this like the symbols of the unordered list. Yeah, Saran, yes, I have to come up with that too, Saran, hold on. Right, so good that you remember that, Saran. So before we move to the ordered and unordered lists, there's another thing. If the picture is somewhere else, right? Now let's say we need to access, there is this picture, hold on. I'll take some other pictures. Yeah, now I got this pics folder, and I have this cat JPG. Now this is somewhere else, right? This particular picture is, if you want the path, it is inside the D folder, in the D drive, and inside the pics folder, right? See, this is the path of this cat JPG. Now our HTML file is not at the same place with the JPG, right? So they are in a two different locations. So in that case, we have to give, or like we have to provide the specific path to the particular, to reference the particular source, right? So I'm copying this d:/pics, and I'm going to go to my source code, and I'm going to paste it right over here. So d:/pics, it is not sufficient. We need to have another / and have to say what's the name of this one, right? So the name of the image is cat.jpg, right? Yeah. So I'm going to say cat.jpg. Right, so cat.jpg. So now I'm finished. So I know to which source that this particular image is going to have. So I'm saving this, and I'm going to execute, like to render this. Let me save it. Yeah, now you can see the cat.jpg has replaced that particular tree that we have used. Is that clear? Seran, thank you for remembering me, right? If the things are in different locations, we have to do the references in the effective manner. Yeah, people, is that clear? Seran?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. How about others? Okay, now in case if you are getting something like this in your examination, they should give you the folder structure, at least folder structure, by saying this particular picture is inside this folder and that particular folder is inside this particular folder. So then you will be able to create the link, right? Okay, now we can jump into the ordered and unordered list. And ordered and unordered list means, ordered list means you have things, you have number those items. So those are called numbered list. And if you want to have unordered list, right? The previous one is called the ordered list, not the numbered list. Numbered word. So ordered list, and if you want to have the unordered list, you have to define the particular code to illustrate an unordered list onto the browser, right? So we can do it like this in a very easy manner. I can have a tag couple which is saying OL, and again OL is going to be the end tag name. So that indicates ordered list. Ordered list means what? The list which has numbered, right? So just because we are having an ordered list, we can't set the things. So we need items to the particular things to be ordered, right? So what are we going to do is, we are going to use something called list item, LI. Right, so list item is also a couple tag. Right, so now inside these OL tags, we can take any number of list tags we want. Right, so if I say car, And I can take another list item to the illustration, or like the it will be easier for you to code quickly. You copy the first one and paste it. Right. So if I save this, and I'm changing this to my output. So now we got our cat image with us. It is because of this. And I'm going to do a refresh. See what is happening. So we have car, bus, lorry, a list of things which is given the value, or like the list item is numbered as 1, 2, and 3. But in the list, we haven't used anything called 1, 2, and 3. And that 1, 2, and 3 is there. It is because of this ordered list, right? And if you want to have an unordered list, the only change that you are going to do is, instead of OL, you are going to use a UL, unordered list. So unordered list has a starting tag, a closing tag. In between, we have list items. Right now, if I change the list items to show you some changes, right? Right, so like this, if I save it and if I refresh this, here we go. This is a numbered list. This is an ordered list. This is an unordered list. People, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, and there is a way that we can change the number to have like ABCs in capitals and in simples, as well as to have the Roman letters in capitals and simples as the numbers of this ordered list. And again, we can change these icons, which is used to the unordered list, as a square and as a circle. So to do this, we use a variable called type. Right, so that type variable is going to use where? Inside the OL tag. And in this, if I mention capital A, type equals capital A, and then if I save this, look what happens. Yeah, now this is changed into capital A, capital B, capital C things. Right? And if I change this into simple A, look what happens. So it is changed into simple A, simple B, simple C. And if I change this into capital I, and save it, and ordered list is working with capital Roman letters. Right, and if you put a simple I, so it's going to show you the simple Roman letters as the numbers in the ordered list. Is that clear, people? How the type variable, how the type attribute is used? Right. Okay. So in the same way, we can use type in an unordered list as well. But in an unordered list, we have to say what should be the particular bullet kind of things, right? We don't have many. We can do the changes when we are using the CSS and all these things, but not it is not in our syllabus, right? So in this type, I can give square, right? If I save it, if I refresh it, now you can see a square at the beginning of each and every letter, or like each and every word in front of it, there is a square, right? And if you, we can may change this as a circle as well, right? So if I refresh it, see, it's a circle. And the one which is given you like basically, or like the if you don't have a type, what is the default type? The name of the default type of this particular is like of the ordered list, it's going to be 1 2 3, right? So we don't need to define the 1 2 3, it automatically comes. Even though you can give the type as 1 on the ordered list, still it's going to give you the same output like 1 2 and 3 with carbas and logging, right? And the default type of the unordered list, we call that a disk, right? So if you save it and if you refresh this, yeah, now you can see those are the previous, the very first bullets that we have, right? So likewise, the ordered list and unordered list can be used on these particular manners. Okay, so hereafter we are going to learn about a list which is called the definition list, which is a little bit different from these things, right? So let's see how the definition list is going to work. Now, when it comes to the definitions, you know how to write the definitions, right? So definition is written as, there will be a title for the definition, a small title, and there will be description inside it, right? So I'm going to take away my magnifier, right? And I'm going to take away my image as well to show you differences clearly. And again, a definition list, right, indicated by DL, and it has a closing tag as well, right? So DL will give the idea to the browser, okay, definition list is about to come, right? So inside definition list, well, that means inside DL, we are going to use a tag called DT, definition title. First it is definition list, then they use definition title, right? So that once we close the DT, in between we can write a title, right? So for the moment, I'll just put school. I have to answer this. Right. Sorry for that, people. Okay, so now when it comes to the definition list, now definition list has a definition title and a definition description. Now you know by practice, when you are writing a definition, it has a title, and generally when we are writing the description, we just indent it a little, right? මාතෘකාව ලියලා දැන් පොතේ හැඳින්වීම ලියනකොට මාතෘකාව ලියලා පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්ඩෙන්ට් කරලා තමයි content එක ලියන්නේ, right? So the same effect is given by the dt and the dd. So the next tag is the dd. Sometimes we call this definition data, some call this as a definition description. So anyway, it belongs to the description. So we can say right. So likewise, right? So definition title is there, definition description is there, and in between this DLs, definition list couple, we can have many number of definition titles and many number of definition descriptions, right? There is no rule that you have to have a definition title then the definition description. You can write many different definition descriptions under one definition title. It doesn't matter, right? Right. So likewise, we can write, and then again we can put another definition title if we want, right? And we can change the definition title. Let's say, yeah, Sinharaja. As I remember, that is the right. So likewise, we can write it. So this is the way. So how we have done is, like, we use definition list DL to indicate that this is a definition list, and definition title to indicate the titles, and DD, the definition data or definition descriptions, to indicate the description, right? So here I have saved this, and I'm going to refresh. Yeah, this is how you can see it. So you can see the definition title. This is the definition title, and these are the definition data under it. And this is again a definition title, and these are the data under it. Okay, is that clear, people? Okay. All right, so now that is all about the definition list, the unordered list, and the ordered list, right? So I'm not going to give any notes regarding that, since those are there in your textbook. So you have to practice it by your own, like looking into these examples, right? Yeah, in the image, I just missed this percentage mark, right? Which I missed to tell you. So we can give the width using the percentage mark as well, right? I'll show that to you. Right, before that, let me see what are the things that they have discussed with the definition list and all these things. Hold on. Yes, Saran, I'm going to give you a homework. Don't worry. I'm going to give you a homework, right? So hold on. We talk about the paragraph tag. We talk about the alignments, right? And regarding the, regarding the unordered list, we talk about this disk, square, and circles, the types, right? And we talk about the ordered list as well, right? And then we talk about the different types of ordered list, right? And the definition list over here, we talk about that as well, right? Great. So then we are going to learn about the hyperlinks, right? Now hyperlinks means the links, like hyperlinks is the major part of a website, and as well as when it comes to the World Wide Web, the entire World Wide Web depends on the hyperlinks, right? So hyperlinks will allow you to link the pages inside a one particular website, as well as you can use the hyperlink to connect with an external website. Right? ඔයාගේ තියෙන website එකේ pages අතර එහෙ මෙහෙ යන්න ඔයාට hyperlinks පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. And again එක web page එකක ඉඳලා නැත්නම් එක website එකක ඉඳලා තව website එකක් එක්ක connect වෙන්න we can use the hyperlinks as well. Right? Okay, so before I go to the hyperlinks, I'm going to show you the that IMG tags percentage part. Then I'll go to the hyperlinks, right? Let me clear this. So let me take the IMG tag, SRC. I'll have tree.jpg, not jpg, png, right? And if I close it like this, you know what is happening. I have saved this, and then if I refresh this, you can see the old picture. So in the height and width, I can give the percentage like 50%. The height, and I'm going to give the width as 25%, and like percentage of what, right? Let's see what's happened to this image. So if I refresh it, yeah, it goes like this. Now this is talking about the percentage wise, it is talking about the entire screen, right? මේ ලොකු screen එකෙන් කොච්චර percentage එකක් කියන එකයි එතනදී කතා බහ වෙන්නේ. Right? Now I give height as 50%, right? My height is 50%. So it is spread over 50% of this browser height. Browser height එක ලොකුයි, හරියට මේකෙන් භාගයක් විතර වගේ තියෙනවා. And I gave 25% of the width. Right? එතකොට මේ total width එකෙන් it's like 25%. හතරෙන් එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා. So now beauty of this is if I resize my browser, දැන් මගේ browser එකේ size එක මෙච්චරයි. එතකොට තාමත් මේක ඉන්නේ උසෙන් භාගයයි 50%. මේ පළලෙන් 125යි 25%. So I can like change the size of the browser up to some extent, right? And you can see if I maintain a size like this, still it gives us like 50% of the entire height and 25% of the entire width, right? So that is why that is the way it's going to behave as height and width, right? In percentage, right? So remember, you can provide the height and width using the using just a number which will indicate the height and width in pixels, or you can use a particular height and width as a percentage, right? So that means according to the web page. Is that clear, everyone? Right. Okay, great. All right. So now we are going to go for the hyperlinks. Now, as I told you, hyperlinks are the links which help us to connect from one particular page to another particular page, or like from one particular website to another particular website, right? So to create a hyperlink, we are using a tag called anchor tag. We call it the A tag. So anchor tag, it indicates by A, just one letter. And A tag has a closing tag as well, right? And inside the anchor tag, we must use the attribute called href, hyperreference. And that href is the one which indicates to which particular resource that I am going to connect with this particular link, right? So now, if I put something in between these two anchor tags, like if I say click here, so I don't have anything in between href, like as a value of the href. So I just put click here. I'll save this and let's refresh our web page. So our web page got something called click here. Can you see that? Here we have something called click here. And you can see if I move my mouse pointer, it's going to change into a clickable option. But if I click this, nothing is going to happen. You can see when I'm clicking it, it's getting red color, but nothing is happening. Why there is nothing is happening in here? It is because we haven't told the HTML page what to do when you are clicking this word. And what you have to remember first is the clickable item or the hyperlink is made out of the word or whatever the component. දැන් මෙතනට මේ වචනයක් ලියලා තියෙන නිසා තමයි මේක වචනයක් විදිහට පෙන්නන්නේ. We can use a img tag in between these A tags. Then we can apply a picture in between A tags. So picture will become a link. So it's a clickable picture. So if we click on the picture, then the picture is going to direct us to some particular place, right? So now to see whether this link is going to work or not, we have to have some value over here with the href attribute, right? So to illustrate this, I'm going to create a new another web page, right? Where's my old one? Hold on, people. This is my existing one. I'm going to copy this, create a new file, and paste it over here. And I'm going to have a H1 over here. And I'm going to say, welcome to the gallery, right? And I'm going to have an img tag, src. So I'm saying this is forest.jpg. So I'm closing it. And I'm going to save this on the desktop with the page name, with the file name as, let's take it page2. page2.html. Right, I already got my test.html page right over here. And I'm going to save this as page2.html. So I'm going to save. Right now, this is my page2 code. And this is going to be my page1 code, or like the test.html page. So on my test.html page, I'm having the link. And then on the second page, I'm having the header, which is called welcome to gallery, and img src forest.jpg. And here, now here in the href, I'm going to tell page2.html, right? So let me save it. So first of all, I'll show you how the page2, what is the appearance of the page2. If I click on the page2, my page2 has this, welcome to gallery. So now I'm going to close everything. So no browser is open. So now I'm opening test.html. So it is just having this click, just one page, and this click here, link on it, right? So I'm going to click on this now, right? Look closely what is happening. So I'm clicking here now. So here I click it, so it becomes red color. I still haven't released my mouse, the left mouse button. So I'm releasing it. Yeah, this is what happens. So it gave me the second page. Once I click it, it gave me the second page. Now, if I can use this back arrow to go back, here's the first page. If I click here, it's going to have the second page, right? So what is happening here is, once I click on this click here word or the phrase, that phrase is like given the details or given the information. If you click on this, move to this particular page. That is what is happening. Is that clear, people?
Yes.
Right, okay. How about others? Okay. Right. And now I'm going to make a particular picture as an hyperlink, right? So that means I'm going to have another one, right? And I'm going to apply an image. So I take this as tree.png and I give height as 5%. Five is a little bit smaller, 10%. And the width as 5%. Right. So yes, Saran. Yes, and the next one is going to be that we can give a website link and we can connect with the website, right? So now here, what I have done, I have start an anchor tag, and it says page2.html, right? I'm going to make this as page3.html, and I'm going to make a page 3 quickly. And this is another way that you can save it as an HTML file. So once you press enter, it will give you this message extension, like that you are going to change the extension. Is it okay? Then you can press yes. So it's going to be work as the page3.html. I'm going to edit this now by opening it with a notepad, and I'm going to paste this. And yeah, I'm going to take this away. I just have h1 and I say page 3. Right. And I just said that. So I'm going to close it. Now, yeah. Now, you know, this is my the very first page, or the test.html. Now it is having click here thing and this tree, right? I'm going to take that tree down. I'll put 2 BRs, right, and save it. So this is, yeah, so my phrase is clickable and my picture is clickable, right? So once I click here, it goes to the welcome to gallery, this page, page2.html. And if I click on my image, this tree, it goes to the page 3, which is called the page3.html, right? So how it happens? In the test.html, I have said, if you click on the click here, go to page2.html, right? So because href contains page2.html. And in here I have said inside this href, I have inserted this image. So the image name is tree.png. So that means if you click on the tree.png, visit to page 3.html, right? And yeah. So when we are visiting to these things, visiting to these pages, like without clicking on this back button, we can have our own back link to move to the test.html or the previous means this page, right? So how we are going to do that? In here, right? So this is the page 2.html code. So here I use the BR as well. And I say move to test.html. And I use the word called home. Right, then page 2 එකේ මට home කියලා එකෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. එයා click කරාම I'm going to come again to the test.html. Right, I'm going to do the same thing to the page 3 as well. It's the same link. I need 2 BRs. So I save it. Now, if I go to the test.html, this is the first page according to me. So if I click here, it moves to this particular page, and you can see there is a link called home at the bottom. So if I click that, I'm moving to this page again. And if I click on this tree, it moves to the page 3, and I have a home link again. And if I click there, I'm going to come here. So this is the basic of traveling through, or like changing through the web pages of a website. Right? So it's all about the links. People, are you clear with this? Okay, brilliant. If you take the eTaxalava website, it's also using this technique, right? And all these things, images, right? Images වල color එක වෙනස් වෙන්න පොඩි ඒගොල්ලෝ trick එකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙනවා අපිට කියන who method එක කියලා, right? So if I click on this image, I'm going to move to a particular section, right? So it is one of the ways that we can use to have these kind of the links in between the pages of a website, right? And in our website, we can create a link to visit this particular website. So on this test page, I can create that as well, right? It is again using a particular web page. I'm sorry, a particular anchor link. I have used 2 BRs, and here I am taking the hyperlink. I'm copied from the address right over here, http www.eTaxalava.mov.gov.lk something. So then I'm going to paste that web address right over here. So this is the web address that I'm going to move. I change this phrase as visit e-taxalava, right? Yeah, Seran, apita mouse pointer එක hover කරනකොට play කරන්න අමාරුයි. Play වෙන්නත් හදන්නත් පුළුවන් ඇති. මම try කරලා බලලා නැහැ. Like as an href, you can use any kind of resource. It doesn't matter whether it is an audio or video or a web page or whatever the thing. අපි anchor tag එකේ දැම්මොත් we are getting a link. Once we click on that, if it is a video, video is going to play. And video එක open වෙලා video එක play වෙනවා. If it's a song, if you click on that, the player will be open and it will be played on the web page, right? So let's save this and let's see how the things are going to happen. So I'm refreshing this. Oh, I didn't get the changes. Why was that? I haven't saved this. Yeah, yes. Now we have a hyperlink called visit e-taxalava, right? So I click on this. So here comes my web page. Yeah, here the web page is there, right? Now we can't create any links in this page to visit our one again because this is not our website, so we don't have that control, right? So for that we have to use this back button, right? So for a web page that the website that we are maintaining, we can maintain our own home link to create or to visit the very same place or the home to visit the home page as we need. Okay, people, are you clear with how the external link can be created? Are you clear with that? Okay, very good. Right. Now let's move to your textbook and see what is the things that we have missed here. So yeah, we talked about the anchor link. It is done. And yes, they have shown us the different ways that we can use that, right? And here you can see, look at this example. They have taken president.jpeg as the href value. So president, මෙතනදී president කියන වචනේ click කරාම it's going to open you a particular image, right? අපිට ඕනනම් image එකක්, audio එකක්, video එකක් ඕන එකක් play වෙන්න ඔක handle කරගන්න පුළුවන්, right? So let me show you a quick reference. Now if I give this like this, href, and yeah, I'll take this. Slash. I'm going to have this. Right. As well as I'm going to insert an audio as well. And audios comes like this. Yeah, just a second, people. I have to select something which is not violate the no, I don't think we will be able to find something like that. Let's take this. First, I have to take this path. And for your convenience, I'll make this short name. And I'll paste it right over here. Right. So here I change the link. See the elephant. And listen to music. Right. So now in my web page, there are several kinds of hyperreference or like the anchor tags. Right. So I save it and I'm going to the yeah, this is my web page. Yeah, so I got, these are the new things I have. So if I click this see the elephant link, here it goes. That picture is loaded. And listen music. So the music is playing, right? Let me share you like the sounds. Right, so likewise, we can have the hyperlinks to connect the resources, like any kinds of resources, but most of the time hyperlinks are using to connect the things in between the pages and in between the external websites, right? But there are other ways too, as well, as you can see. Right, people, was that clear? Can I have the confirmation? Right, great. Okay. All right, let's see whether what else we have to do. Yes, we are done with the hyperlink. So here we are to insert the table. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss about the table now, right? Instead of that, let me check whether I can give you the exercises from the book, right? Hold on. Okay, let's do it like this, people. Yeah, no, I'll prepare a small website or like a small web page, the output, and I'll put it to the WhatsApp group today itself, right? And you have to do the coding and send me the HTML files so I can execute here and show those things to you, right? So next week I'll show your practicals to each other, right? So how good you are. So I'll send you the activity, right? So you just examine it and just make it using the coding techniques that we have learned so far, right? So we only have the tables to look after. Then after we are going to talk about the web design in the like web authoring tools and the content management systems, right? So then some theory parts are there where we have to have some notes regarding it. Then the very last lesson, right, is there to go through. Okay, so people, I'm going to end the session from here for today, right? And I'm going to send you the homework, right, today itself. So please send the HTML file, right? HTML file to me before the next class or the next session, right? So I'm counting on you, right? I hope you will I hope you all will send me the exercise, right? That I'm sending as a practical, right? So wait for that. You can leave the session for today, right? I'm going to end it from here and I'll send you the practical for you to do as a homework, right? So thank you very much, people. Have a very nice weekend, right? I'll send you the homework, right, within today. So try it out. Right, be safe, people. Be very safe on this weekend and for next 3-4 weekends, right? So we will be able to like manage the situation in Sri Lanka at least to a minimum level, right? Okay. So have a nice weekend, people. Thank you very much. I'm going to end the session. Good night to all.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Thanks.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Good night. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Right, Saran. Good night.